Hello, everyone. Good morning, dear authors and invited guests. Welcome to Technical Session 4C. Myself, Karthik Bharadwaj, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Solistic LLP, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 10th International Conference on Smart Trends in Computing and Communication, SMARTCOM 2026, Pune, India. The 10th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event is held today in Pune, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom from 19th to 21st of January 2026. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 10 minutes for their presentation and 2 minutes for question answers. On 9 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remark. If you have any query or any update, you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we get started with the session, I'd like to introduce you with today's session chair, Dr. Garima Sharma. Dr. Garima Sharma is an assistant professor at Maharaja Agrasen Institute of Technology, New Delhi, India. She holds a PhD in industrial engineering and has completed a quality improvement program QIP at Triple IT Una in the domain of artificial intelligence and machine learning. She has also successfully earned multiple NPTEL certifications in AI/ML, reflecting a strong academic foundation and active practical engagement in the rapidly evolving field. I request our respected session chair, ma'am, to kindly address our participants.
Good morning, everyone. It is an honor for me to serve as a session chair for this session. SmartCom has constantly provided a strong platform for interdisciplinary research, and today's session truly reflects that vision. With that, let us begin technical session 4C. I wish all the presenters a productive and engaging session. All the very best for all of you.
Thank you, ma'am, for such motivating words. Now we are starting with our first presentation. For the first presentation, I like to call presenter Falguni Jha for a paper title A Review of Disputes in Construction Project Management. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good morning, sir. Am I audible? Can you please confirm?
Yes, Faguni, you are audible.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am, you can please
I'll share
continue.
my screen. Is my screen visible to you?
Ma'am, yes.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Myself, Faguni Jha. I am currently pursuing MTech, a final year student in project management. So, my paper ID is 326 for the title A Review of Disputes in Construction Project Management. So, I'll proceed further. So, these are the content of the presentation. The first is introduction, objective, key stakeholders involved, interrelation between various parameters, major causes of construction disputes, dispute progression in construction projects, existing dispute resolution methods, case studies, research gaps, further scope, conclusion, and at last the references. So first I'll start with the introduction slide. This is basically mainly about the background of the review paper I studied. So the literature highlights that the most disputes arise due to the poor communication, delayed information flow, and lack of transparency. These differences often lead to disputes during planning, execution, and even after project completion. Construction projects are complex and dynamic, hence involving multiple parties working under strict time, cost, and quality constraints. Due to the involvement of clients and contractors, consultants, workers, and suppliers, differences in expectations and responsibilities are very common. Construction disputes negatively impact project schedules, budgets, quality standards, and stakeholders' relationships. And because of this, delayed resolution of disputes results in claims, conflicts, and legal proceedings, increasing project cost and time overrun. Next up, we have objectives of the review. So the first one is to identify and classify construction disputes as reported in the existing literature, to analyze the root causes and impacts of disputes on time, cost, and quality, to review the current dispute resolution methods used in the existing construction projects as of now, to identify the research gap related to dispute prevention and management, to propose a future scope for minimizing disputes through a digital solution. Now we have key stakeholders involved in construction projects. So the first one, we have clients and owners, which focus on cost, time, and quality outcomes of the project. Next, we have contractors and subcontractors, which are responsible for the execution and resource management on site. Now we have designers and consultants, which influence the project outcomes through drawing specifications and approvals. And at last, we have site engineers, workers, and material suppliers, which directly affect the daily progress and productivity of any project. So this is basically a diagram, an arrow diagram showing interrelation between various parameters. I will explain it. Like you can see, like these are the stakeholders: clients, constructor teams, staff, and suppliers. If any dispute arises between them, and if in the initial stage of the construction it go unresolved, then it becomes claim, right? It goes for claiming. And once the claiming is also unsettled, it becomes the conflict. And at last, if the conflict is there, basically conflict arises because more than two parties are not agreeing to the same thing. So for the final act of the procedural impact, we have to go for the litigation. And to find a solution, we have to go for the resolution method. Next, we have major causes of construction dispute. As we already we have seen in the diagram, that there are various types of disagreements which mainly happen between the stakeholders. So various factors are as poor communication and delayed information among stakeholders, which lead to misunderstanding and dissatisfaction. Payment delays and financial issues between clients, contractors, workers, and suppliers are major dispute triggers as of now. Design changes, incomplete drawings, and late approvals also cause rework, time overruns, and cost escalation. And many contract-related issues are also there, such as unclear clauses, improper risk allocation, and misinterpretations, which often result in claims. And at last, we have time delays, cost overruns, and quality deficiency, which collectively affect project performance and escalate disputes. Now, this is basically a table showing the causes of dispute, the details, and the references. So the causes of disputes we have already discussed. Dispute resolution methods are effective communication, dispute management, and analysis. The strategies to reduce disputes are timely resolution of the disputes, well-established information distribution system, and at last we have arbitration, which is basically a settlement by the court. Now we have dispute progression in construction projects. A dispute begins with a disagreement or dissatisfaction during project execution. If it goes unresolved, it develops into a claim for time extension, cost compensation, or quality rectification. Continued non-resolution leads to conflict, affecting professional relationships and teamwork. Conflicts may further escalate into litigation or arbitration, increasing time and financial losses. Early identification and timely intervention can break the chain and prevent project destruction. Now, the existing dispute resolution methods we will discuss. Like as of now, we only have conciliation, arbitration, court litigation, and VERA mechanisms. These methods are generally applied for disputes which have already escalated into claims or conflicts. Arbitration is preferred for confidentiality and expert involvement, but it is often time-consuming and costly. Court litigation and VERA proceedings involve formal legal processes, leading to significant delays on project completion. And overall, existing methods are reactive in nature. Why it is reactive in nature? Because it only comes into action when the matter has already escalated enough. So it is reactive and focused on dispute settlement rather than dispute prevention. Now, these are some of the case studies which I have taken for the dispute resolution. I've also included references number from the review paper, that is 14 to 80. So here are some cases, like if we go for the first case, Bombay High Court, the nature of dispute was delay and loss calculation. The court's observation on this case is court upheld the use of Hudson formula, and the key takeaway from this case is judicial support for specialized construction loss methods. So I have written several cases, and I have studied several cases, and in regard with that, the table is being formed. Next step is research gap identified from the literature. The literature confirms the existence and causes of construction disputes, but it lacks the real-time mechanisms to manage them during the project execution, mainly in the initial stage. There is no integrated system for continuous information sharing among all stakeholders. Manual and delayed communication often results in unexplained delayed dissatisfaction and secondary disputes. Stakeholder inputs and grievances are usually addressed after project completion or possession when disputes have already intensified. Hence, there is a clear need for a preventive technology-based approach to solve or to find out the resolution before they escalate. Now we have further scope. Development of a web-based digital platform to connect all construction stakeholders on a single interface. The platform may enable real-time sharing of project information at each stage of construction, planning to completion. Structured questionnaires and feedback forms may allow clients, contractors, workers, suppliers, and engineers to submit inputs, grievances, and observations instantly. Continuous two-way communication may ensure transparency and will avoid hidden or delayed information. Early identification of issues may help in ongoing conciliation alongside project execution, preventing escalation into claims, arbitration, or litigation. At last, we are with the conclusion. So, as we have already discussed, construction disputes are inevitable but manageable. We cannot ignore it, but we can de-escalate it, of course. Major causes include communication gaps, delayed information sharing, and unresolved claims. Unsettled disputes often escalate into conflicts, affecting project time and cost. A web-based digital interface is need of the future to enable timely information sharing at every construction stage. The system may collect real-time data through structured questionnaires from all stakeholders, and the module is expected to support the real-time conciliation alongside project progress, minimizing dispute escalation. Unlike arbitration or court proceedings, the realized digital solution is expected to avoid delays and may ensure uninterrupted project completion on time. So here I'll end with thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. I request our respected session chair, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
Yeah. Overall, this is meaningful contribution to construction management research. My question is, does your study focus on these specific type of construction project which you mentioned, or is it applicable across all construction sectors?
No, actually, as of now, we are only promoting it for the housing and medium scale construction projects. And for the high level construction projects, we can customize it as per the requirements. But as of now, it only focuses on the medium scale construction projects.
Okay, great. And among the identified causes, which factors contribute most significantly to construction disputes?
Ma'am, the factor which causes more to the construction disputes, I would say, is the communication gap. We are not communicating properly, and the stakeholders are not having proper communication in the initial stage of the construction project, because of which the disputes are arising and escalating. So the communication gap is the main issue.
Okay.
The information sharing.
Okay, great. Okay, over to you, Karthik.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I like to call Srihari V for the paper title An AI-enabled governance framework for digital oversight of SME IPO. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good morning. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible to us. You can proceed. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Good morning to one and all present here. I am Shreyadi V and I will be presenting my paper number 352 on an AI-enabled governance framework for digital. Okay. I can't see, man. Excuse me. Sorry for that. So my paper will be on an AI-enabled governance framework for digital oversight in SME IPO. The abstract of the paper is that SME IPOs in India have increased regulatory complexity and have exposed weaknesses in traditional reactive oversight mechanisms. This paper that me and my peers have undertaken proposes a conceptual AI-based e-governance framework, which helps to which whose objective is to strengthen the surveillance and governance in the SME IPO ecosystem. This framework is built on India's digital public infrastructure and the emerging AI governance principles. The three main pillars that this comprises of are machine readable data and robust digital infrastructure, an AI driven surveillance engine for pre and post listing monitoring, and an adaptive regulatory response system. Together, these enable continuous risk systems, early anomaly detection, and agile regulatory intervention for all the regulatory bodies like SCBA, etc. This model aims to enhance the market integrity and investor protection. The study mainly contributes to literature by linking all the SME specific governance challenges with next gen supervisory technology, which we have reduced and called it as SUP tech. Next, to start this presentation, the introduction is IPOs have become a major equity financing route for all Indian SMEs, supporting objectives such as capacity expansion and technological upgrades. The SME sector, the small medium enterprises sector, which has been a critical pillar, contributing to about 30% of the GDP and also generating employment, accounting to 40 to 45% of Indian export. The SME IPO activity has significantly increased since 2016, reflecting in higher listing volumes, broad industry participation, strong oversubscription, and notable listing day returns. This surge has been enabled by a lot of favorable regulations given by the government and also including dedicated SME platforms like BSC SME and NSC SME. The rapid growth in the IPOs has also heightened risks of misreporting, misuse of funds, and market abuse, as companies tend to make quicker money and also gain quicker worth in the markets. This has put an increasing regulatory burden on SEBI. The move for SEBI towards a stricter eligibility, disclosure, and governance. These norms highlight the limitations of traditional rule-based periodic and surveillance mechanisms, as it is very slow and it mainly provides loopholes to companies to uh, get into these fraudulent activities. Advancements in AI technology and digital public infrastructure has enabled continuous and real-time monitoring and automated alerts, which has offered stronger e-governance capabilities. The core objective of the paper for us is to propose a conceptual AI-driven e-surveillance mechanism framework for all these SME IPOs, leveraging all of India's current digital ecosystem in order to enhance proactive oversight, to to protect market integrity and also to retain and protect investor confidence. Now we have actually checked how the SMEs have grown. SME IPOs have grown. Now from 2015 all the way to 2024, as you can see, the growth has been very high. It started from 1 in 2015 all the way up to 172 being the exact number in 2000 as of 2024. And the most IPO SMEs SME IPOs have come from the manufacturing sector with contributions from electronic sector and also the education sector. Now, when we reviewed our literature, these are some of the themes that we found. The first theme is this table presents the themes and key insights from the specific literatures that we have analyzed. The first theme is IPO underpricing and information asymmetry. This is basically a systematic outcome of adverse selection, and the risks are amplified for all these small medium enterprises due to the opacity and limited market visibility. The SME IPOs have certain specific challenges in uh, in in some of these SME IPOs. They exhibit higher volatility, that is being volatile more in the market, and very weaker disclosures, disclosing very less to the investors than to themselves, and promoter dominance, as most of the IPOs sometimes just are oversubscribed mainly because of the promoters, and very much inferior post-listing performance as compared to some of the main board IPOs. Those IPOs which are mostly subscribed by actual subscribers, with very less subscription from the actual promoters. Next is the corporate governance limitations. Now, traditional compliance-based governance actually fails to curb all the post-IPO misconduct, and static disclosures and weak board oversight all dominate small medium enterprises from these IPOs. Now the next one is regulatory oversight gaps. Now, after the ex ante disclosure focused regulation, these all lack real time monitoring and post listing surveillance, particularly for SME platforms. And lastly, AI and digital governance, which is regulatory tech or supervisory technology. Now, due to the rise in AI, it has enabled anomaly detection, predictive risk scoring, and continuous monitoring. But the problem is that applications remain focused on larger firms and banks. So these SMEs are always go under the radar. Now, the research gaps that we were able to find is that existing IPO literature extensively only explains underpricing and information asymmetry, and it offers very limited governance solutions. And the prior studies uh, that were conducted only document the governance weaknesses in all these SME IPOs without proposing a proper scalable oversight. Some of these weaknesses include promoter dominance, weak disclosures, and also post-listing risk. The regulatory framework highly rely on static ex-ante disclosure, which lack real-time and also post-IPO monitoring tools tailored to SMBs.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but you
Yes,
have 1 minute to conclude. Thank
yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And AI-based governance tools are predominantly applied to larger listed firms and financial institutions, not to SME capital markets. Now, the methodology that is currently in place is identification of SME IPO governance risk, the data collection there, the AI and analytics engine, which involves machine learning, NLP, and predictive risk scoring, digital governance dashboards, which include real-time monitoring indicators, governance risk and compliance deviation flag, regulatory oversight, and lastly, the feedback and continuous learning loop. Now, the results that we were able to uh, bring from this is that the governance risk identification is very less, and we need to include a lot of AI in it. The reduction in asymmetry should be can be done through NLP. Regulatory effectiveness can be done through the man done through specific monitorings, and the stakeholder alignment and scalability can be done through improvements in governance procedures. And lastly, to conclude this, the SME IPOs have faced a lot of governance risk due to information asymmetry, regulatory disclosure, and weak post-listing oversight. The study has proposed a AI-enabled governance framework which enables continuous monitoring, early risk detection, and improved regulatory supervision. By integrating AI digital dashboards and stakeholder coordination, the framework shifts to an SME IPO governance from reactive compliance to proactive oversight. The future work that can be done through this is the extension of the framework to include all the blockchain based disclosures and smarter contracts. And lastly, the to enable cross-country comparison to assess applicability across different regulatory regimes. And that will be all.
Thank you, sir. I request session chair, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
Yeah, this is a highly relevant paper. Overall, this paper offers a forward-looking and policy-relevant contribution. As a constructive suggestion, future work could empirically validate the proposed framework through pilot studies or regulatory sandboxes. Okay, my question is what key gaps in the existing SME IPO regulatory framework motivated the development of this AI enabled governance model?
Ma'am, there are the laws in the laws governing these IPOs have certain specific loopholes that allow over promoters to subscribe more to some of these IPOs, and some of the sometimes the prospectuses of these SMEs are very unconvincing, and when the actual IPO takes place, there are actually lesser investors than they originally expect. So, in order to complete the IPO, major SMEs undertake only those promoters to help to subscribe to these SMEs to complete the actual SMEs. Now, sometimes there are IPOs which oversubscribe, but these IPOs are not completely regulated, or even if they are regulated, post IPO performances always are lesser than stellar, and the return to the actual investors are always less. This is what I believe.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes.
Over to you, Karthik.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Now we are moving to the next presentation. For the next presentation, I like to call Munawar Khan P for the paper title Bridging Exploration and Exploitation, a bibliometric analysis of ambidextrous leadership and its future frontiers, 2015 to 2025. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are on to us.
Yes, sir. Good morning, team. So, my paper title is I am Munwarkan, and my paper title is the bibliometric analysis of ambidextrous leadership and its future frontiers, which is basically the boundaries. So, if we see, sorry, yes, yeah. So, if we see with the help of bibliometric analysis, we have taken the papers from near 2015 to 2025 with the tool called VOS Viewer to to analyze the maps, trends, and also to the citations to get a collaboration of the ambidextrous leadership research. So uh, when it comes to this paper, so here we can see a leader, the balancing of a leader, both the exploratory as well as the exploitation, where in the exploration we can see the side of a innovation as well as the focused behavior, where in the exploitation we can see the efficiency and driven through behavior where it can be helpful to the organization. So we can see that the notion of the organization should be ambidextrous encapsulation. This dual needed to be with Gibson as well as the Brickskip in year 2014 and Lewis 2009. With the last 10 years of the ambidextrous leadership has been assumed as increasing level, where nearly it has been a gradual growth, a gradual increase in this kind of leadership. When it comes to this in this 10 years of research paper, we can see that there is a growth as no, there is a significant increase in this growth as well. When it comes to the literature, a foundation of the ambidextrous leadership, according to March in 1991 and Gibson 2004, where the ambidextrous distinctions should be exploration, which means the side of innovation and the mixture of efficiency. And also, when it comes to Lupkin and Janssen, it should be a behavioral integration in the top management, and team is a key driven team is a key for the ambidextrous performance for the firm outcome, which is a beneficiary to the firm as well. And also, according to Roser, the ambidextrous leadership is achieved as the alternative closing and opening later behavior, where the leadership should be balanced both same as well as exploratory as well as the exploration. And also, when it comes to the development, a theoretical development, according to Zaser and Rosing, and in 2015, and also Zaser in 2016 again, where the ambidextrous leadership positively influenced team creativity and innovation. Validation, where Rosing is said that a dynamic leadership should have a model, where in 2018 Mueller said that the further conform to the construction, it should be a multidimensional nature, where it should have a meta-analysis as well. So when it comes to the research question, so the first question will be the ambidextrous leadership, where it having the region, author, and journals, as well as when it comes to the research question, the second research question, the authors, institutions, and the majority of the countries who are no inculcating with this. And also the third question will be the co-citations, citations as the clusters and the keywords as well. So, when it comes to the hypothesis of the study, so first thing will be the ambidextrous leadership research, significant growth in the terms of both publication as well as the citations as well. And also, hypothesis two will be the group of author, institutions, and countries. And also, the third hypothesis will be the clusters, center of the exploitation and exploitation, innovation and leadership. And also, when it comes to the gap, even though there is having a growth from their past 10 years of this research paper, which we have included, even though they are having the dynamic, they're having an increase in their things, but also they have still have a gap remain because of the the global collaboration pattern and also influential of the other. So where we can discuss most of the key countries are only still playing in this field, and not every country is too much involved, but even though there is a growth, they have still a gap because of this dynamic capability and as well as the innovation as well. When it comes to the methodology, so here we have taken the quantitative bibliometric approach, combining the descriptive performance analysis with the help of the R. So the mainly we have been sourced the data from the Scopus data file. So where the total keywords has been related to all these kinds of ambidextrous leadership. And also, when it comes to in the initial sourcing process, there are nearly 428 records, but after that we have been reduced it to 412 because we have with the help of the data cleaning, we removed every unnecessary and the repetitive data which are not helpful for that time. And also, you can also we also applied the metrics like publication, citations, H-index, and growth rate, where pulse, cohort, co-citation, and coupling and collaboration mapping was done. And also, if we see the first thing in the hypothesis first question where we see about the publications. So if we see from the 2015 and 2008, there was an increase in 2015, and also there was a downfall of 2018. And from there, from 2025, there was still a growth in that, where the leadership has been increasing, expanding the across a discipline as a publication, increased significantly and reflecting a rise academically, interest in maturity. And also when it comes to the citations in a for hypothesis one itself, where the citations also has been no, the decline as publication and themselves diverse after 2020, rising output exceeded citations, indicating the field maturity, while early influential studies were continue encouraging or anchoring or involving research directions, where we can also see that they have still up and downs in the 2015 to 2025. And when it comes to the hypothesis, so here we can see the group authors and as well as the countries and institutions. So first thing, here we for the productivity of the author, we use the Lotus law as for the measuring the productivity of the author. We have used here the Lotus law, and also we can see majority of the countries are mostly China, United States, and as well as United Kingdom. So this is where we are discussing in the previous slides, where most of, even though there is a gap between because of the repetitive countries and repetitive authors were involving from the ages, even though the time has been changing. And also in this term where the clusters and the keywords, mainly the keywords, as we know, as we mentioned in the above before slides, where the mainly keywords are the ambidextrous leadership as well as the innovation, and these kind of the keywords we have been using for the all these kinds of innovation and the leadership to source this data. And also if we see the findings here, firstly, there is a rapid growth. Sorry, there is a rapid growth in a research of output when compared to 2025 to 2015 to 2025. There is a rapid growth, and also earlier studies remain most influential because most of the things has been based upon the earlier studies, earlier papers itself, where most of the research has been happening again and again from the previous studies itself. And also research dominated by the key countries, as I mentioned in the before slides, where only few key players, few key countries are there still dominating all this kind of influential things as well, where the China and United States, Germany are mostly the main key countries here. And also the concentration of the influential author, where here we use the Lotkus law of analysis of small group of highly productive authors, because as we see that even though the countries are less, the more productive countries are less, and the authors are also getting reducing gradually. So for the high productivity of author, we have a small group of, for a small group and high productivity, we use in the Lotkus law. And also clear thematical cluster identification, where the keywords, as we discussed, the keywords in the stations of maps are mostly the leadership, innovation, as well as the leadership behavior, exploitation and exploitation. And also when it comes to the suggestions for the future research, first thing will be encouraging the continued research in emerging themes, where the research should be happened more and more, instead of sticking to a particular key country or a particular no author as well. And also developing, the second thing will be developing more high impact theoretical frameworks, where because early studies receive high citations, research should build strong theoretical models that integrated exploitation and exploitation with innovation, learning and dynamic capabilities. And also strengthening global and cross-country collaboration, where with China, the US and the Germany dominated the field, where the scholars emerging regions should be collaborated. In the previous slides, we can see that mostly these key countries have been having most number of the authors or more number of the publications as well. And also supporting the emerging and mid-career researchers, where since a small group of authors has been produced most of the literatures, it should be encouraged for the new researchers to enter this field, for the mentorship and program, where more number of authors can be joined, more where it can be growth, having more number of researchers and having a growth for both the country as well as the researchers as well, individually. And also conducting more methodology, a diverse study should be done here, where they given clear thematical clusters identified, for the future research should be mixed methodology of the longitudinal design and industrial specific studies to depend on understanding how ambidextrous leadership operates in the real organizational context. So, in the conclusion, we can say that the ambidextrous leadership research has been growth, even though since from the 2015 to 2025, driven with the influential author, leading countries as well as the expanding thematical clusters. And also, the field shows the increasing maturity with the foundational studies, anchoring as well as the evolving research on innovation, exploration, exploitation, and also emerging dominance like digital transformation and also sustainability highlights its growing relevance in dynamic organization environment. So when it comes to these are the references, and thank you.
Thank you. I request our respected session chair, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
No question. This is highly relevant and well-structured paper. Very nice. Okay, over to you, Karthik.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I like to call presenter G. Mokshit Teja for the paper title Data Driven Smart Pollution Analytics and Alerting Platform for Traffic Management using Machine Learning and Cloud Technologies. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation. Presenter, you're not audible to us.
Hello, am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, now you're audible. Thank you. Please
Good morning,
proceed.
everyone. So my name is G. Mokshit Teja, and today our paper ID is 386, and today I'm gonna present. One second. Data-driven smart pollution analytics and alerting platform for traffic management using machine learning and cloud technologies. So here is our main aim. So our main aim is to create a innovative ML model and a cloud-based pollution analytics platform that predicts real-time air quality levels based on previous pollutants and uh, uh, weather data, and also categorize pollution severity based on CPCP criteria. So and we also and our main aim is also to generate actionable alerts to assist traffic police in reducing exposure to reduce pollution in the city. So here are some related works and surveys. We researched about 12 papers reviewed between 2024 to 2025, mainly focusing on machine learning, deep learning, IoT, and cloud analytics for air quality forecasting. So here our key research direction are ML frameworks for pollutant forecasting analytics, sustainable urban planning through ML models, real time AQ air quality prediction using traffic video data, global AQI estimation with satellite integration, deep learning hybrids, CNN, LSTMs, attention, hybrid deep learning, CTM, medium range forecasting, IoT cloud-based air quality forecasting systems, GAN-based augmentation for air quality predictions. So here are some our main research gaps identified from the 12 papers are mostly like for IoT it is some inaccurate low cost sensors, sensor calibration, spatial generalization, low latency deployment, sparse data, model maintenance, interpretability, lack of ML and cloud ML and cloud architecture. So till now we didn't find unified ML plus cloud architecture. So here are the objectives. First is data preparation and analysis. Gather and pre-process Bangalore air quality and weather data. Identify the key pollutant affecting AQIs. Second is our ML model deployment, training, test, XGBoost to classify AQI categories. Evaluate with accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. Third is our alert generation. map AQI categories to CPCB based alert and advisors, implement rule based notifications for traffic authorities. And fourth is our cloud based deployment. We are using Flask web service deployed on AWS, EC2 or ECS. Data access via REST API or dashboard. And for our visualization and evaluation, interactive dashboards for trends, forecasts and alerts to compare predictions, observed AQI for validation. So here's a methodology overview. First, our first is data collection. Historical Bangalore AQI dataset, which consists of PM 2.5, PM 10, NO2, SO2, COO3. These are the pollutants which we actually see in our day-to-day life in our weather air quality. So we got these sources from CPCB and government repositories, periodically updated, stored in Cloud Bucket AWS S3. And second is pre-processing. We removed as it is like a data source from the government website. Some of the rows will be missing or invalid. So we removed those missing and invalid rows. Select pollutants directly impacting AQI. We grouped the AQI into 6 CPCB classes. Good to severe. We test with, and then we did a train and test split 80-20 ratio. Option normalization. And third is our model development. Here the algorithm we use is random forest classifier. Input features are pollutant concentration. Output is AQI category. Metrics is accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score. Model precedence is stored as pollution model.pkl for deployment. As you can see in the image, we see the system live time right now, and the last data which it has collected in the current conditions. Like whether the PM values, like whether the air quality is satisfactory or good or bad. And here and after that we made a alert generation logic AQI, which is good, good, adequate, moderate, bad, very poor, severe, and it gives a warning messages and precautions also. And here is the graph image where we can see the actual and predicted values of the PM 2.5 of Bangalore. Here is our cloud deployment. Basically, first we make a Flask REST API, and after that we input via JSON files requires AQI category and precautions. We dockerize, we build and run, we make a dockerized image for the whole Flask API hosted on we make a Docker image for the API, then we host it into AWS ECS or CO2 or render. And after that, the model and the files can be stored in AWS S3 or Firebase. And after that, then once it gets deployed, we can see the dashboard monitor prediction and alerts in real time. So here are a few images of our dashboard visualization. We also created a chatbot to know the basic questions like what is the meaning of AQI and what to do when AQI is high, and what are the safety tips if the AQI is low. And here the tools we the tools we use were Flash plus Chart.js. JavaScript shows pollutant trends daily or weekly, displays live AQI category predictions, live alerts with location and severity, provides user-friendly interfaces for offices. So our project mainly has some alignments with the UN SDGs. SDG 3, good health and well-being, reduces health risk through early AQI alerts. SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities, improves traffic and pollution management for urban sustainability. SDG 9, industry innovation and infrastructure, showcases IoT and ML integration for smart city infrastructure. So the expected outcomes are accurate AQI prediction system 85 to 95%, classifies air quality into 6 CB defined categories, automated alerts and advisors, live notification for authorities and publics, uh, cloud-hosted web application, scalable, accessible real-time forecasting services, interactive dashboard, real-time visualization and monitoring, a replicable model, easy extendable to other cities. So here is our conclusion. Combines our project mainly combines ML and cloud computing for smart air quality analytics, which have been not been used till now. Accurate and it accurately predicts AQI and generates timely alerts, cost effective and scalable using open datasets, supports sustainable data driven urban management, improves public health awareness and traffic decision making. So here are some our references, our top cited works. Thank you.
Thank you. I request our respected session chair, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
Yeah, this work presents a strong blend of machine learning, cloud computing, and policy relevance. So, my question is the paper reports expected classification accuracy between 85 to 95%. So, how reliable is this in real world conditions?
Ma'am, like when a ML model gets a accuracy of above 70%, it can be used for real life. So our model is working more than 75, which is 85. But like any model cannot give 100% accuracy, because if it gives 100%, it gets to overfitting. So 85 to 95, it's actually good range. It gives like a very round off to the real. And also we have checked with our like weather app, and it gives 90%, like as we said, 85 to 90% to the real value.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, presenter. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I like to call presenter detection at early stages through deep learning and explainable artificial intelligence. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good morning, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. You can proceed.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Varsha Pandagre. I am a research scholar from DPU, Pune. My topic is enhancing diabetic retinopathy detection at early stage through deep learning and explainable artificial intelligence. Now, because one of the primary issues confronting the world today is diabetes, which is a primary cause of diabetic retinopathy. About 415 million diabetic individuals are at a risk of developing visual impairments as a result of their diabetes. And the number of diabetic patients has increased dramatically due to lifestyle habits, unrestricted diets, and hereditary reasons over the last decades. So it's an DR, diabetic retinopathy is an eye disease that may lead to loss of vision or blindness. And early detection of DR is crucial to preserve vision and prevent irreversible visual loss. The standard diagnostic tools such as visual acuity testing, pupil dilation, optical coherence tomography are time consuming, painful and uncomfortable for patients. Therefore, computerized retinal image analysis is indispensable for DR early and accurate detections. AI prototypes can be evaluated for real-time image quality evaluations and retinal lesion detection, as well as for DR severity grading from normal to advanced stages. And due to these developments, there is a need of further investigations that assess the effectiveness of deep learning systems in DR detection and prediction in the future. So deep learning system have shown promising in analysis and the classification of these conditions. Here, this is a diagram. Here, in the left side is a healthy eye image, and the right side is a that there is having an abnormal growth of blood vessels. That means when we are having this is a healthy eye, and the next one is the eye that is having a diabetic retinopathy. Here, cotton balls are generated, and it is having a severity gradings. Now here we are introducing the concept of explainable AI. Now the question comes ki why explainable AI? The main reason behind is first we understand what is explainable AI. Here is we are taking it is the process of taking the AI model that we are created, and often this model is created by first capturing some data and training that data using some form of a machine learning models. Maybe it's a linear regression random forest, and then applying interpretability so that we cannot only get some predictions from a model, but we can actually understand why this model gave a particular result. And the second reason is sometimes data set contains some bias. So data set contain bias and cause a problem. So it's important for us to identify bias within models by looking at whether a particular feature, whether is some leakage within the data. So when we are having a data set, maybe there is a hidden correlation between a specific features and the target variables. And because this topic is come under the healthcare, so we have to provide reason for why we are coming with this particular type of decisions. So in addition, we are explainable AI will give this technique will give prominently integrated in order to improve interpretability, transparency, and reliability of the model predictions. And this will focus on how explainable AI can improve usability and acceptance in the healthcare. These are the stages of a DR because the DR show in there are severity levels of DR. So DR shows microneurons, exudates, hemorrhages, and the vascular swelling in the eye, and it has two stages. Diabetic retinopathy, that comes under the non-proliferative diabetic retinopathy and a proliferative diabetic retinopathy. And then NPDR is again classified into three stages: mild, moderate, and severe. Here, so this is a that means if it is a no DR, that means no abnormality is there. If it is a mild, that means only micronerism is there. If it is a moderate, that means it is categorized into the level of severity between no apparent and mild. If it is a severe, that means it is presence of either venomous bleeding or some signs of proliferative DR. And now this is a WHO study that is based on the diabetic retinopathy. So WHO estimates that number of people living with diabetes will rise in 529 in 2021 to more than 1.3 billion by 2050. And there is 50% loss will increase by an upcoming 50 years span. And the motivation behind this for recognizing the challenges and accurately classifying severity grades on lesion based on the lesions, and their overall goal is to contribute in the field of creating a robust segmentation and classification model that is having a capability of grading severity grade detection in the DR. And here's an AI-driven solution that is more widespread in the healthcare because we are adding explainable AI concept in this. So it is vital to ensure that why this is fair and transparent and ethical. And what is now here, comes under the problem statement. So the main aim is here to develop an advanced automated system for the detection and severity grading of DR from fundus images. And this will involve systematically analyzing current techniques of DR detection and classification with a focus on enhancing lesion segmentation to improve accuracy in affected areas and integrate with the explainable AI. Here we are using a keyword that is fundus photography. The existing imaging techniques such as photography, fundus photography, OCT, it plays an instrumental role in diagnostic diabetic retinopathy. Here, this is a methodology. Here we are having a collecting data that we can take from data sets already available, or we can collaborate with multiple hospitals for diverse labeled retinal data set. Architecture that we are using is here CNN, that is CNN based model. Now we are integrating explainable AI concepts. So here we are integrating GradCam, SHAP, Line for each local model, and evaluation parameters are accuracy, precision, and the recall. Now, what should the proposed technique have? We are having an fundus images. That is the input here. That is, we are collecting data. After that, we are taking the data processing, and it comes under the pre-processing and the image segmentation. Then comes into the feature extraction part, and then data classification. And finally, we get the grades. That is the severity gradings. This is the picture. We are collecting the images, then data processing, then classification, and then come to the healthy retina or a non-healthy retina. That means low DR and with DR. So this is the literature survey. Here we are conducting a literature survey on 10 papers are here. Here we are, experts have created models that can analyze retinal images to detect the signs of DR. And these models assist in early screening and diagnosis by classifying images according to disease stages. The CNS has been DR using for feature extraction techniques to automatically recognize and categorize DR fundus pictures based on the severity. The early diagnosis through detection utilizing modern techniques here. And this is a literature survey. Now here it's a research gap. That means we are having a limited integration of XAI in ophthalmology. There is a demand for AI system that provide clear explanation for their diagnosis, and some challenges in ensuring model that works across several different clinical settings. And some previous studies focuses on the accuracy and AUC, which are crucial for clinical validations. Existing model struggles with the robust features and sometimes handling imbalanced data sets. That I think there is an urgent need for automated methods to detect DR using fundus images, and it can save our time of an ophthalmologist. There are some challenges in the DR. That means it is having a limited availability of label data, model interpretability and explainability, and the computational and complexity in the hardware environment. So some solutions are there, explainable techniques that we are using for the XAI. Now some deep learning architectures that we are using in the DR imaging. So here different types of DR networks are available. It highlights the importance of converting RGB image to perfect grayscale and resizing them using a DL approach. And then it is transmitted to a CNN and simplifying the classification of diabetic and healthy retinal images. So it was decided to make an automatic DR that could recognize pictures based on the different levels of severity. So different types of learnings, deep learning networks are available. Popular CNN architectures are there: VHGNet, RSNet, DenseNet. Second is UNet and variants, transformer-based models, and that is best for the long-range dependencies and the large-scale multi-model input. GANs are there, that is best for the data augmentations, synthetic image generations. These are the architectures that we use in the DR imaging. Here it is a system architecture. And this is a simple comparison. Architectures are there. CNN, UNet, Vision, TransUNet, GAN. Key features are there, use cases, strengths, and we are comparing the key features, strengths, and the limitations of the other key. CNN is having a configuration layer to extract features for classification of fundus images. That is, strength is high accuracy, but limited explainability concept is there. And here, this is a result that is drawn ROC curve that demonstrating the classification performance here. And here
I'm
it's a
sorry to
separation.
interrupt, but you have 1 minute to conclude. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, sir. Now, our study focuses on developing an explainable AI to detect and classify severity retinopathy using fundus images, integrating the explainable AI concept to improve interpretability, and classifying DR severity levels from 0 to 4. That is based on the retinal lesions and patterns. And here these are the references. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request respected session chair, ma'am, to kindly. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I would like to sincerely appreciate the authors for addressing a critical healthcare challenge. So, overall, this study presents a well structured and relevant contribution at the intersection of medical imaging, artificial intelligence, and healthcare deliveries. Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Over to you,
Thank
guys.
you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we are moving to the next presentation. For the next presentation, I like to call Poonam S. Thadav for the paper title Fake Grid, a bio-optimized feature fusion model for fake news detection on a novel custom dataset. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible and your screen is visible.
Okay. Good morning, all. I'm Poonam Swapnil Zadhav. Today, I'm here to give the presentation on my paper, Fake Guard, a bio-optimized feature fusion model uh, for fake news detection on a novel custom dataset. My paper ID is 382. The agenda for today's presentation is introduction, problem statement, literature review, proposed methodology, results, conclusion, and references. Now, getting started with the introduction. Now, role of social media in spreading the news. The spread of the news is widely facilitated by social media. Individuals are now generally depending upon social media for the news. Now, the concept of fake news. Fake news or information disorder is the false or the misleading information which is presented as the true news. The consequences of the fake news are it is the threat to democracy, it leads to economic consequences, damage to social bonding, it leads to lack of belief or trust on the social media. Now, the problem statement is that to design and develop a fake guard, a bio-optimized genetic algorithm-driven feature fusion-based deep learning framework for detecting the fake news in the entertainment domain, which is created by utilizing novel manually annotated dataset. The literature review in the first paper, Enhanced Fake News Detection Using Harris-Hawk's Optimization with CNN by LSTM Model. The methodology used is Harris-Hawk's Optimization CNN by LSTM. The advantage is that it improves the feature relevance and the classification power. The limitation is it requires the careful parameter setting and there is limited generalizability. In the second paper, the particle swarm optimization and ant colony based wrapper selection feature selection is used. The advantage is that it boosts the accuracy using optimized feature subsets. It is the limitation is that it is not scalable. Hyperparameter tuning is needed. In the third paper, the genetic algorithm for multilingual feature selection plus SVM is used. It helps in effective cross-lingual fake news detection, but the limitation is that normalization is needed and it may overfit the language. In the fourth paper, the methodology used is the quantum firefly algorithm and the multi-layer perceptron. The advantage is it is effective optimization leads to enhanced accuracy, um, and the limitation is computational cost and the model complexity increases. In the fifth paper, ensemble based high performance deep learning model for fake news detection, the word2vec, GLOW, Robert, XLNet, PCA hybrid ensemble DLML is used. The advantage is that high generalization, diverse feature help improve accuracy. It is complex to implement and um, it is complex to implement and tune. Training time is more, needs more computational power. In the sixth paper, the methodology is TF-IDF, CNN by LSTM. The advantages, global features, spatial features, and temporal features are extracted, but the computation cost is high. In the seventh paper, the PCA feature reduction word embedding CNN LSTM is used. The advantage is that it focuses on key phrases, so improved stance classification. It needs paired input and has high training cost. In the eighth paper, the genetic algorithm for feature optimization hybrid CNN by LSTM model is used. It combines the local, global context for better detection, improved accuracy, but it may not scale well. It is limited and mainly focuses on binary computation. In the next paper, uh, the methodology used is TF-IDF, count vectorizer, and hash vectorizer. Statistically validated minimal feature set. It improves the accuracy. Limitation is only binary classification. In the 10th paper, the results show the artificial bee colony. CNN performs better, but the limitation is computational cost. Computation required is more and it is complex. In the 11th paper, the methodology used is TF-IDF. Then ML classifiers are used. Yet the decision tree performs better, but there is limited to textual features and lack the social clues, high computational power. Here, firstly, we generate the data set using the selection of the entertainment sites. Firstly, we select the entertainment sites in such a manner that we have the continuous flow of the information and a bit reliable news are generated. After that, we use the web scraping technique to fetch the news from the websites. After we fetch the news from the websites, we perform the HTML parsing, means we extract the textual content, required content from it. Then we remove the noise, manual annotation, and then we store it in the CSV file. Now here is the proposed system architecture where we perform the data collection, then the NLP processing, feature extraction, feature fusion. Then after feature fusion, we perform the globe genetic algorithm based feature selection, and after feature selection, we give the feature set to the deep learning models and separately perform the computation to determine whether the news is fake or real. Now here, firstly, domain-specific data collection. We construct a custom data set by aggregating verified articles. The structure is TI, MI, LI, where TI is the text, MI is the metadata, LI is the label. After that, for validation, ground truth is established by cross-referencing the trusted sources and rigorous manual annotation. NLP pre-processing. It transforms the raw, noisy social media text into the clean, consistent format analysis. Now, text normalization include lowercasing, tokenization. It convert all the text to lowercase to ensure the uniformity across the data set. It breaks down the complex sentence into the individual words or tokens. Noise removal. It removes the non-informative elements such as URL, hashtags, emojis, special characters. After that, linguistic standardization. It reduces the word to the root form to standardize the vocabulary. Then we extract the features from the clean data set. The system extracts 4 complementary feature categories to capture the full context. Semantic features utilize the contextual embedding to interpret the deeper meaning and the context of the news. Then the syntactic features analyze the grammatical structure and part of speech tag to detect the linguistic irregularities common in fake news. Then temporal features means capture the time-based patterns including posting times and event time expression to identify anomalous propagation speed. Then sentiment features, here the emotional polarity and the intensity is identified so that we can trace the manipulative languages often used in the misinformation. After that, we employ a concatenation based strategy to merge all the features, optimized features that we have got into a single unified representation. Then we employ the bio-inspired optimization technique. Here we have used a genetic algorithm to select the most discriminative features. It also helps to reduce the redundancy and the computational cost. After having the selected features, we give it to the hybrid deep learning architecture and we get the classification. Here we use the CNN model. This CNN is implemented in this work is designed to extract the local spatial patterns from the input sequence. The LSTM, that is the long short-term memory network, is designed to capture the long-term dependencies, contextual patterns, and sequential structures within the text. The fake or the misleading data. often followed by the emotional build-ups or the narrative patterns that the LSTM is ideally suited for. The autoencoder module is used to learn a compressed latent representation of the input features while removing the noise and the redundant information. This improves the robustness of the fused model by retaining only the informative characteristics. After that, we get the classification from each of the deep learning model as whether the news is legitimate or it is a fake news. Here, from the result analysis, we can see the accuracy
Sorry to
graphs.
interrupt, ma'am, but you have 1 minute to conclude.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From the accuracy graph, we can see autoencoder performs better. For the model evaluation and analysis, we use the standard metrics: accuracy, precision, recall. This is the comparative analysis graph. From the comparative analysis graph, we can see that the autoencoder shows the accuracy of 95% and the F1 score is 94 point, which is better than the other two. So the conclusion is the FakeGuard framework effectively detects the misinformation by combining the multiple feature types with the genetic algorithm optimization. The genetic algorithm based feature selection improves the fake news detection accuracy compared to the individual models. Using the specialized manually labeled dataset enhances the classification performance in the domain, in that particular domain. Combining the semantic, syntactic, and temporal features enable better identification of the complex and misleading news content. These are the references. Thank you.
Thank you, presenter. I request our respected session chair, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
Yeah, firstly, I would like to appreciate the authors for addressing the socially significant issue of fake news detection, which directly impacts information credibility and public trust. My question is, how suitable is the fake guard system for real time fake news detection?
Sorry, ma'am.
My question is, how suitable is the fake guard system for real time fake news detection?
Yes, ma'am. It is very useful because due to the fake news or the rumors that are circulating, there are a lot of hazards that are caused. May it be political hazards, or sometimes due to the rumors that are spread, the share market goes down. So if beforehand we get to know that the news that is circulating is a fake news, so we can stop those hazards from happening.
Right. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Now we are
Thank you, sir.
proceeding toward the next presentation. For the next presentation, I like to call Rajvi Jaiswal for the paper title Hybrid Darknet 53 SVM Model for Accurate Recognition of Bharatanatyam Mudras. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible. You can proceed. Thank you.
No. Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rajvi Jaiswal, and I am pleased to present our work on hybrid darknet 53 SVM model for accurate recognition of Bharatanatyam mudras. As we know, Bharatanatyam is one of the oldest Indian classical dance forms where hand gesture, or also known as mudras, play a crucial role in expressing meaning and emotion, even expressing different kinds of storyline. Preserving and analyzing this gesture digitally is a challenging task due to their complexity and similarity. Uh, so, the project, the main motive behind the project was in Bharatnatyam, mudras play a crucial role, but mastering them requires year of training under expert teachers. However, expert guidance is not always accessible to everyone, and also it is very time consuming. So, classical dance forms are at a risk of being lost without proper digital preservation. With advancement in computer vision over the years, we saw an opportunity to bridge this traditional art with modern technology. So this motivated us to design an automated system that can recognize Bharatnatyam mudras accurately and support learning, preservation, and research of this dance form. Uh, Moving on, our objective on this project was clear, and the objectives are first to classify 50 different kinds of Bharatnatyam mudras properly and to extract deep features using darknet 53 CNN and to extract uh, um, meaningful features and to perform reliable multi-class classification using SVM with an ECOC strategy while maintaining high accuracy and low false positives. Mm. Moving on, the dataset that we have used in this work contains 50 different types of Bharatnatyam mudra classes. It includes both single hand gestures and double hand gesture to avoid any kind of imbalance in the dataset. Each mudra contains an equal number of images, making them a well balanced dataset. All the images are organized into class wise folder, which helps in automatic labeling during training and ensures fair evaluation of the model. Now I will briefly explain the methodology. First, the input
Sorry to
image.
interrupt, ma'am, but you're not clearly
Yes.
audible. Can you please
Oh,
speak a little high?
okay, sir. Now I will briefly explain the methodology. First, the input image undergoes processing where they are resized and converted into RGB format. These images are then passed through darknet 53, a deep convolutional neural network which extracts high level and discriminative features from the hand gestures. Instead of directly using a neural network for classification, we extract this feature and feed them into a SVM support vector machine to effectively handle mudra classes. Uh, Multiple mudra classes. We apply an error coding output code strategy. The dataset is divided into 80% for training and 20% specifically for testing to ensure the unbiased evaluation. Now, uh, for the structure of this model, we have used darknet 53 and SVM, where darknet is a powerful CNN that captures complex visual pattern in hand gesture. It helps extracting deep and meaningful features that represent each mudra effectively. And SVM, on the other hand, is also a well-known application, well-known machine learning application which is used for strong classifying the mudras and especially when with well-defined feature vectors. By combining darknet 53 for feature extraction and SVM with ECOC for classification, we achieve a robust and efficient hybrid model. The proposed model achieves promising result. We have obtained an overall accuracy of 95.25%, precision of 95.58, sensitivity 95.25%. The precision and sensitivity are above 95% and specificity is approximately 99.9%, indicating a very low false positive rate. The confusion metric further shows that most mudra are classified correctly, demonstrating the reliability and robustness of this model. To conclude, the hybrid darknet 53 SVM model provides an accurate and efficient solution for Bharatnatyam mudra recognition. This work successfully combines deep learning and machine learning technique to preserve and promote traditional Indian dance art form using modern technology. The future scope of this project uh, is that this system has several real-world applications. It can assist beginners by providing automated feedbacks during practice. It can support digital archiving and preserve classical dance form. In future, it can be widely used to recognize the Bharatanatyam mudras in real time uh, into a mobile using mobile phones, etc. Now I would like to show you a video on our development of this project. And this is the mudras getting detected in real time. So now I would like to conclude and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, presenter. Now I request respected session chair, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
Yeah, this study is well designed and culturally significant. My question is, what are the most promising real world application of this work? What are the most promising real world application of this work?
Ma'am, this this whole model can ease the process of identifying the mudras, making it useful to use in uh, competitions, dance competitions, and teaching beginners in real life.
Right, right. Okay, great.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, presenter. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I like to call presenter Gaurav for the paper title Improving Time Performance in Construction Projects Through Lean Construction Techniques, a review. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible and your screen is visible. You can proceed. Thank you.
Thank you. Myself Gaurav Kandpal. I am explaining improve time performance in construction project through lean construction technique. So in construction industry, our India is second largest producer of construction industry, giving low productivity, cost overruns, waste generation. It is the highly responsible for the project delays in Indian construction industry. We have to complete project within a time budget, but we cannot complete the project within budget. Sometimes it will be more than a decade. We can't complete the project. So mostly we are using traditional method, which cannot be completely succeed for the completing the project. We are using traditional method, and if we are using other method like lean methods, so it will be helpful for us to reduce our cost, reduce our project cost, reduce waste, and also it will be effect for our completing the project within time. So our aim is to improve time management by using lean construction techniques. In we are using lean construction techniques for the our we have first identify the time related issue in Indian construction industry. Then after we have to analyze the lean techniques. Mostly there are many lean techniques, but majorly we are using GIT and tuck time. GIT is just in time and tuck time, which will be help for the improve our time management. So lean construction. What is lean construction? Lean construction is to delivering the project faster, cheaper, and higher quality within minimum time and minimum budgets. These are the methods of lean construction. This is LPS, Least Planner System, VSM, GIT, this is the 5S, and these are the tuck time. And we have to select the GIT and tuck time. So, benefits of lean construction in India. Previous case studies showing that if we are using lean construction, it will be helpful or say it will be improve our project efficiency. It will be improve our cost. It will be improve our workflow reliability. So mainly these are the causes of delay in construction. The planning and designing, resources and logistics, site execution, contract and management, the external and environmental issue. In planning and design issue, mostly we are using traditional method. And if we are using lean method, it will be helpful or us to complete the project. In traditional method, we have to decide it, we do all these things, but in actual site we can't do all things at proper. We do, but we can't do it all things same time at proper. So in resource and logistics, it will be the proper maintenance and proper delivery of material. It should be not proper delivered at the time. Inventory management is not good at site. In site execution, the productivity will be very low. The waste should be more, and the worker should be not complete the at work. It should not be completed at the time. Contract and management, sometimes the contract should be not complete within a time. The management should not be proper, and the contract and the management and the contract should not be proper working. So this will be the delay of project in construction. The external and environmental issue. And external means like labor issue, and this type of issue will be happen in construction. This is the environmental issue. Environmental issue, like sometimes it will be rain or anything happen suddenly, though we can't do all things at properly. So we have these types of problems in construction. This we are using just in time and tuck time. So just in time it will be helpful for the reducing waste. Just in time means if we are using uh, if we need the product at the time, the product will be delivered at same time at the site. So it will be helpful for our inventory, and the waste should be very less. The waste then using just in time, the material and the workflow will be very smooth. The waste material should be very reduced. The supply chain management should be proper. The material supply will be proper at the same time when we need it. In old case studies, it will be improved 30% reduction on site on storage and 25% reduction in and during handling time. This is the tug time. Tug time is the very less used in India. It will be the available time. This will be the available time upon customer demand. It will means when you are we have some limited time. We are using the proper work, which we have given a proper deadline. We have to do work at early or at the time of the deadline, and it will be used for mostly repetitively work. It will be help for like if you are using paint or if you are using slab in construction site, it will be helpful for JIT in tuck time. There's the objective to identify time-related issue and to analyze lean techniques in construction project will help in time and develop methodology. These are the literature reviews. It will be the first of all is the it will be the lean approach in US. Key barriers to the lean implementation, which will be following the resistance of changes of culture, employees, and attitudinal issue of lack of management support. Mostly in India, we have found the same due to the lack of management support, lack of customer focus. The government should not be help proper. In other words, yes, this is the barrier applying lean construction in Nigerian construction industry where lack of educated of lean awareness is understanding resistant to change and the lack of technical capabilities to the lack of financial resource. In third one, the work structure, external delays, material management, where cause of less application of lean management, because the lean technique should not be applied all over, because some persons are known regarding this and some persons are not known regarding these techniques. In this the paper, it should be effective of some lean construction tools. In particular, those can be applied in medium size of construction firms. Sometimes it will be the lean construction will be applied in mostly majorly in India. It will be used in high rise construction, high rise buildings. It will be very less used in small size of small project. In this the lack of awareness about lean concept on mostly in literature reviews. They don't know regarding the lean construction techniques, or they don't want to do like a proper management.
Sorry to
Because
interrupt, but you have 1 minute to conclude. Thank you.
these are the challenges and solution for lean construction. Culture resistant, we have to conduct awareness and campaigns for training programs. We have to industry structure, promote collaboration through digital tools and stakeholder workshop, because all managements should not known regarding this. The economic provide government subsidies and incentive for lean construction workers. It will be costly sometimes, but if you use if you use regarding proper management, it will be done. The low labor productivity, invest in skill development program and vocational training. There's a methodology we have to use. Review existing literature review, and after we have prepare a questionnaire service. We have to analyze the data and we try to find the result and the conclusion. By using just in time and tuck time methods, there's a project performed smoothly, which will be have the help for the construction project, not on India, all over world. We have to use the focus on Indian residential and infrastructure project, and awareness regarding the lean construction techniques will be helpful for the construction industry. Thank you.
Thank you, presenter. Now I request respected session chair, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
My question is, what were the most significant performance improvements observed in the case studies? I repeat the question. What were the most significant performance improvements observed in the case studies? Most significant performance improvements.
Ma'am, uh, mostly, ma'am, the time duration and the cost efficiency. It will be the helpful for the project.
Thank you. Thank you. Over
Thank
to
you,
you,
ma'am.
Karthik.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, presenter. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. For the next presentation, I like to call Ruthvi Arora for the paper title In-Text IQ, In-Text Intelligence Smart Way to Find What Matters. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good morning to one and all present. Myself, Ruthvi Arora. Today we will be presenting our paper title Index IQ, Index Intelligence, a smart way to find what matter. Our paper ID is 417. Here, Here's the outline of our presentation. I will begin with brief introduction and motivation, followed by our objectives and a short literature survey. Then I will discuss existing approach and the limitation, explained by our proposed methodology, present experiment results along with comparative analysis, and finally conclude with future research. As we know, large language models like GPT and BUB are very powerful. Despite of having this capability, they struggle with long conversation. As introduction grow longer, model tends to forget earlier facts and repeat information or drift away from original context. This issue is commonly referred to context drift and segmental redundancy. To address this challenge, we propose Index IQ, a system that enhances LLM performance by storing and retrieving only most meaningful tokens. This enables efficient, accurate, context-aware memory over long introduction. Our motivation arises from two key challenges. First, LLM operates with fixed context window, and attention mechanisms are expensive. Over the time, important conventional clues are lost, leading to what we refer to context rot. Secondly, existing retrieval argument generation system retrieve large text chunks such as paragraph or document. This wastes valuable token space and introduce unnecessary redundancy. Our goal is to design a system that performs segmented compression, storing only critical information instead of redundant text while preserving the meaning. To demonstrate the effectiveness of our index IQ, we have conducted a real-world case study using an AI personal assistant scenario. This experiment involves 23-time multi-session dialogue covering scheduling, task management, and weather-based decision. During interaction, the user requests to change breakfast to less messy. In contrast, uh, in contrast, Index IQ extracted key tokens such as change and breakfast, retrieved the store memory, oatmeal is messy, and generated a grounded recommendation, try a smoothie instead. Baseline model fails to recall earlier context and produce inconsistent responses. Clearly demonstrate Index IQ ability to maintain long contact coherence across the session. Now I will briefly discuss the literature survey and how our work is positioned among existing research. Foundational work by Vyasvyani and later long context models such as long formal big word revolutionize NLP through attention magnetism. While this model attempt to handle longer context using sparse attention, they still process full sequence and lack sentiment compression leading to redundancy. Retrieval argument generation model introduced by Lewis improved factual consistency by retrieving external information. However, traditional RAG systems retrieve entire paragraph for document, which it introduced irrelevant information and waste token spaces. Earlier, statistic methods such as TF, IDF, and GLOWS focus on keyword importance using frequency-based or static embedding. Although effective for basic keyword extraction, this method lacks sentiment sensitivity and failed to adapt dynamic and multi-turn conversation. In contrast, Index IQ addressed this gap by introducing token-level sentiment compression. It stores only key tokens using biotagging, retrieve precise token embedding instead of bulky text blob, and uses context-aware storage through a fine-tunnel listable model. This enables efficient tracking of sentiment relation across long conversation. Now, this slide summarizes the major limitation of current system and how Index IQ provided targeted solution. The first challenge is context drift. Current solution attempt to address this problem by increasing current window size, context window sizes. However, due to fixed input limits, models still lose a layer conversion clue over the time. Index IQ solves this problem by maintaining a precedent semantic memory, allowing the model to recall specific constraints such as preferences across long sessions. The second issue is insufficiency. The paragraph level RAG retrieves full document, which introduces endemic redundancy, increase both latency and computational cost. Index IQ applies sentiment compression using biotagging, store only meaningful begin and inside tokens. This result compact high precision memory bank with low I/O overhead. Third challenge is heterogeneation. Standard generated LLM rely purely on probabilistic generation, leading to high hallucination rate. By grounding generation with retrial sentiment tokens, Index IQ reduced hallucination from 17.8% to 5.9%, an improvement of approximately 66%. Our proposed Index IQ framework reconstructs context using token level sentiment retrieval. The system operates in three sequential phases. First, token extraction to identify meaningful sentiment units. Second, sentiment embedding and storage in delicate memory bank. Third is injecting the retrieved context into LLM during response generation. The core objective is only to retain most relevant sentiment units, ensuring coherence while minimizing redundancy. So, in phase 1, we use distill bulk with biotagging. Tokens are classified as begin, inside, or outside. Only meaningful tokens are retained while noise is discarded. These steps ensure high precision during sentiment memory construction. In second phase, the extracted tokens are converted into 384-dimensional safe sensor embedding and stored into fast index using HNSW algorithm for efficient retrieval. In phase 3, the relevant tokens embedding are retrieved and injected into group-based LLM input stream. This enables context-aware and grounded response generation. Our experiment results show significant improvement. Contact relevance increased from 72.3% to 91.4%, whereas factual consistency improved from 68.1% to 89.7%. Hallucination rate were decreased by 66%. Additionally, our interpreted trace allow user to clearly see which memory fragment includes the model output, enhancing transparency and trust. The second synthetic data reiteration shows a 97-point improvement in usable data, directly boosting biotagging accuracy. When we compare baseline LLM and traditional RAG system, Index IQ is only approach that achieve both high context efficiency and high transparency. These make particularly suitable for real world application where reliability and traceability are critical. To conclude, Index IQ provides a robust solution for long content conventional AI by combining accuracy token extraction with travel enhanced generation. This system is reliable, traceable, cost efficient, and scalable. As our future work, we plan to incorporate reinforcement learning with human feedback, develop present memory graphs, and extend framework to multi-model data, including image and audios. These are our references. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, presenter. I request our respected session chair, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
No question, just I would like to appreciate the authors for presenting a technically strong and innovative solution in a well-known limitation of large language models. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, presenter. Now, we are moving towards the next presentation of the day. For the next presentation, I like to call Alisha For the paper title, Navigating the Influence of Economic Domain and AI on Financial Well-being of Gig Worker and Comparative Study using PLS SEM. I request the presenter to kindly proceed with their presentation.
Good morning.
Good
Hello.
morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible and your screen is visible. You can
Okay.
proceed. Thank you.
Okay. So, I'm Alicia from Graphic Era, Dehradun. I am here to present my paper on navigating the influence of economic domain and AI on financial well-being of gig workers, a comparative study using PLSM model. I'm a research scholar at Graphic Era University. So, in my study, we will just a second, sir. Yeah. So, in my study, I'll address how artificial intelligence and quality of life, economic domain, artificial intelligence, and quality of life affect the financial well-being of gig workers in India. This is my abstract and introduction. The gig economy is a rapid growing employment model offering short-term task-based workers through digital platforms such as Ola, Uber, Swiggy, Zomato, and freelancing marketplaces. While gig workers provide income flexibility, provide income flexibility. It also involves job security, absence of fixed wages, and limited social protection make financial well-being a key concern. Gig worker financial stability is a primary influenced by economic condition, inflation, unemployment, government policies, and AI-driven platform algorithm. System determines task allocation, in incentives, ratings, earnings, improving efficiency by raising issues of transparency, biasness, and reducing work autonomy. The combined pressure of economic uncertainty and algorithm control highlighting the needs for policies and systems that enhance fairness, income stability, and financial well-being. The objective of my study is to examine the impact of the economic domain on financial well-being, to analyze role of artificial intelligence in shaping gig worker financial well-being, to assess the effect of quality of life and financial well-being, to investigate the mediating role of quality of life, economic domain, and financial well-being, AI and financial well-being. This is my literature review. And my my key variables are my independent variable are economic domain and artificial intelligence, and mediating is quality of life, and a dependent variable is financial well-being of gig workers. These are my hypotheses. Research methodology, I have collected data from gig workers. I have collected data from 270 gig workers, but the valid data I have been reported was 111. So I have applied smart PLSM tool to analyze my data on 5-point Likert scale. This is my conceptual framework. My conceptual model shows that economic domain and AI is impacting financially well-being and can help in improving financial well-being. Quality of life can help in improving financial well-being of gig workers. This is my data analysis path where results are shown. In blue box, it is my variables, and in yellow box, these are my items on the basis of which I have created my question and distributed to the gig workers. So it is showing economic domain and AI is positively influencing quality of life as values coming beta 0.45 and beta 0.454. And AI is also improving quality of life, beta 0.343 value, quality of life enhancing financial well-being as values are beta 0.363 and highly R2 value is quality of highly R2 value of quality of life is 0.7 to financial well-being 0.709, and it is showing the reliability, strongly reliable. Next is my path coefficient model. Path coefficient model showing strongly construct validity and reliability with Cronbach alpha value 0.780 and 0.819. Composite reliability is 0.858, 0.819 and above, and which is above than 0.70. AVE value is 0.602, which is more than 0.50. That is solid to rely on that. This is my validity and reliability table in which Cronbach alpha value is 0.780 and 0.819, where reliability is 0.859 to 0.881 are more than 0.70, which shows the good in inter, which shows the good construct construct value of 0.609 means that model is reliable and valid. So now I'm concluding my this conclusion is economic domain, inflation, income stability, government policy, and AI-driven platforms influence gig worker financial well-being. Algorithm management, task allocation, rating, intensity, effect control, positive shares, earning, and financial outcomes. Quality of life act as a key mediator, strengthening the impact of economics and AI for financial well-being of gig workers. Study is limited by small convenient sample, which is N111 and cross section selection self-reported data. Real-time AI dynamic and evolving economic conditions are not fully captured. Future research should examine social security policies, psychological factor, job satisfaction, health, and emerging technology generating AI, blockchain, payment, automatic scheduling, improving gig workers' income opportunity. These are my references. Thank you.
Thank you, presenter. Now I request our respected session chair, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any questions?
This is well-structured paper. My question is, why was PLS SEM chosen for data analysis? PLS SEM?
Ma'am, PLSM is chosen for data analysis because PLSM shows a very reliable result when we are taking mediating or moderating variable for that. So that's why we have chosen PLSM model.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we are moving towards the closing remark. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support during the 10th version and all the previous 9 versions of the conference. We'll be happy to have you in 11th version in 2027. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. The publication will be live within 7 to 8 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of SMARTCOM 2026. I also thank our session chair, Dr. Garima Sharma, and ma'am, this is the token of appreciation and love from the team of SMARTCOM 2026 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Ma'am, I request you to kindly address our participants.
Yeah, thank you. As we come to the end of technical session 4C, I would like to sincerely thank all the authors and presenters for their well prepared and thought-provoking presentations. This session offered up valuable insights across multiple domains, from smart governance and AI-driven systems to construction management, healthcare analytics, and intelligent information systems. The quality of research and the diversity of perspectives clearly demonstrate the growing impact of smart technologies in solving real world problems. I encourage the authors to further refine their work based on the feedback received today and explore future collaborations emerging from platform. On behalf of Conference Organizing Committee, I thank you all for your participation and contribution. I wish you a successful continuation of conference and look forward to future interactions. And it has been a pleasure to chair this session, and I look forward to seeing how these discussions evolve. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for such highly motivating words. Now, I request every participant to kindly turn on their cameras for a quick virtual snapshot. I request everyone to kindly turn on their cameras for a quick virtual snapshot of the conference. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day and take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Karthik. You did great job. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.